Here's a picture of him.
Oh, an officer?
A master sergeant in the engineers corps. Those are decorations.
He must have had those on when you met him.
I assure you I wasn't just blinded by all the brass. Of course, there were things to adjust myself to later on.
Such as his civilian background. How did he take it when you told him I was coming?
Stanley doesn't know yet.
You haven't told him?
He's on the road a good deal.
Oh, he travels. Good. Well, I mean, isn't it?
I could hardly stand it when he's away for a night.
Why, Stella.
When he's away for a week, I nearly go wild.
Gracious.
When he comes back, I cry on his lap like a baby.
I guess that is what is meant by being in love. Stella.
What?
I haven't asked you the things you probably thought I was going to ask, so I'll expect you to be understanding about what I have to tell you.
What, Blanche?
Well, Stella... Oh, you're going to reproach me. I know you're bound to reproach me. But before you do, take into consideration. You left. I stayed and struggled. You came to New Orleans and looked after yourself. I stayed at Belle Reve and tried to hold it together. Oh, I'm not meaning this in any reproachful way, but all the burden descended on my shoulders.
Best I could do was make my own living, Blanche.
I know, but you are the one that abandoned Belle Reve. Not I. I stayed and fought for it. Bled for it. Almost died for it.
This hysterical outburst. And tell me what happened. What do you mean, fought and bled? What kind
I knew you would, Stella. I knew you would take this attitude about it.
What? Please.
The loss.
Belle Reve? Lost? Is it? No.
Yes, Stella.
Go. What happened?
You're a fine one to ask me how it went.
Blanche?
You're a fine one to stand there accusing me of...
Blanche?
I took the blows in my face and my body. All of those deaths. The long parade to the graveyard. Father, Mother... That dreadful way, so big with it, she couldn't be put in a coffin, but had to be burned like rubbish. You just came home in time for the funeral, Stella. And funerals are pretty compared to deaths. Funerals are quiet, but deaths, not always. Sometimes their breathing is hoarse, and sometimes it rattles. And sometimes they even cry out to you, "Don't let me go." Even the old sometimes say, "Don't let me go," as if you were able to stop them. But funerals are quiet. With pretty flowers. You know what gorgeous boxes they pack them away in. Unless you were there at the bed when they cried out, "Hold me," you'd never suspect there was struggle for breath and bleeding. You didn't dream. But I saw. Sit there telling me with your eyes that I let the place go? How in hell do you think all that sickness and dying was paid for? Death is expensive, Miss Stella. And old Cousin Jessie, right after Margaret, hers. Why, the Grim Reaper had
put up his tent on our doorstep. Stella, Del Reeve was his headquarters.
Honey, that's how it slipped through my fingers. Which of them left us a fortune? Which of them left a cent of insurance even? Only poor Jessie. 100 to pay for her coffin, that was all, Stella. And I with my pitiful salary at the school. Yes, accuse me. Stand there, thinking I let the place go. I let the place go. Where were you?
In bed with your Polar.
Blanche, you be still. That's enough. Stella. Stella, where are you going? I'm going into the bathroom to wash my face. Stella. Stella, you're crying. Does that surprise you? Forgive me, I didn't mean it.
Is that how he got it? Sure, that's how he got it. He hit the old Weatherbird for $300 and a 6-number ticket.
Don't tell him those things, he'll believe it.
Hey, Mitch, come back here. Hey, we playing poker tomorrow? Sure, at Mitch's.
No, not at my place. My mother's still sick.
All right, at my place, but you bring the beer.
Good night, all.
You bring the beer.
Break it up down there. I made the spaghetti dish and I ate it myself.
Oh, I told you and phoned you that we was playing Jack's beer.
You never phoned me once.
Told you at breakfast and phoned you at lunch.
Never mind. Why don't you get yourself home once in a while?
Damn it, you listen to all the newspaper.
You must be Stanley. I'm Blanche.
Stella's sister?
Yes.
Hello? Where's the little woman?
In the bathroom.
Oh. Didn't know you were coming to town. Where you from, Blanche?
Well, I live in Laurel.
In Laurel, huh? Oh, yeah, in Laurel, that's right. Not in my territory. Liquor goes fast in hot weather. Have a shot?
No, I rarely touch it.
Some people rarely touch it, but it touches them often. My clothes are sticking to me. You mind if I make myself comfortable?
Please do.
Be comfortable. That's my motto up where I come from.
Yes, it's mine, too. Oh, it's hard to stay looking fresh in hot weather. Why, I haven't washed or even powdered, and here you are.
You know, you can catch cold sitting around and damn things, especially when you've been exercising hard like bowling is. You're a teacher, aren't you?
Yes.
What do you teach, Blanche?
English?
I never was a very good English student. How long are you here for?
I don't know yet.
You gonna shack up here?
Well, I thought I would if it's not inconvenient for you all.
Good.
Traveling wears me out.
Well, take it easy.
Oh, what's that?
Them's cats.
Oh.
Hey, Stella!
Yes, Stanley.
You haven't fallen in, have you?
I'm afraid I'll strike you as being the unrefined type. Stella spoke of you a good deal. You were married once, weren't you?
Yes. When I was quite young.
What happened?
The boy. The boy died. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to be sick.
Taxi! Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, Stan.
What's all this monkey doings?
I'm taking Blanche to Galatoire's for supper. And then to a show because it's your poker night.
Well, how about my supper, huh? I ain't going to no Galatoire's for supper.
I put you a cold plate on ice. I'm going to try to keep Blanche out until the party breaks up because I don't know how she'd take it.
Well, isn't that just dandy?
So we'll go to one of the little places in the court afterwards. Oh, you better give me some money.
Where is she?
Soaking in a hot tub to quiet her nerves. She's terribly upset.
Over what?
She's been through such an ordeal.
Yeah?
Stan, we've lost Belle Reeve.
The place in the country?
Yes.
How?
It had to be sacrificed or something. When she comes in, be sure to say something nice about her appearance. Oh, and don't mention the baby. I haven't said anything yet. I'm waiting until she gets in a quieter condition.
So?
And try to understand her. And be nice to her, Stan. She wasn't expecting to find us in such a small place. I tried to gloss things over a little in my letters.
So?
And admire her dress. And tell her she's looking wonderful. It's important to Blanche, her little weakness.
Yeah, I get the idea. Now, let's skip back a little to where you said the place was disposed of.
Oh, yes.
How about that, huh? Let's have a few more details on that subject.
It's best not to talk too much about it until she calms down.
So that's the deal, huh? Sister Blanche cannot be annoyed with business details right now?
Oh, you saw how she was last night?
Yeah, I saw how she was. Now, let's have a gander at the bill of sale.
I haven't seen any.
She didn't show you no papers, no deed of sale, or nothing like that at all?
It seems like it wasn't sold.
Well, what in the hell was it then? Give away to charity?
Shh. She'll hear you.
I don't care if she hears me. Let's see the papers.
There weren't any papers. She didn't show any papers. I don't care about papers.
Listen. Have you ever heard of the Napoleonic Code?
No, Stanley, I haven't heard of the Napoleonic Code.
All right, let me enlighten you on a point or two.
Yes?
Baby. In the state of Louisiana, we have what is known as the Napoleonic Code, according to which what belongs to the wife belongs to the husband also, and vice versa. For instance, if I had a piece of property or you had a piece of property...
My head is swimming.
All right. I'll wait till she gets through soaking in a hot tub, and then I'll inquire if she is acquainted with the Napoleonic Code. It looks to me like you've been swindled, baby, and when you get swindled under the Napoleonic Code, I get swindled too, and I don't like to be swindled.
I don't understand what happened to Belle Reeve, but you have no idea how ridiculous you are being when you suggest that my sister or I or anyone else of our family could have perpetrated a swindle on anyone.
Then where's the money if the place was sold?
Not sold. Lost. Lost.
You just open your eyes to this stuff. You think she got them out of a teacher's pay? Look at these feathers and furs. She come here to clean or something. What's this here? A solid gold dress, I believe. And this one, what is these here? Fox pieces. Genuine fox fur pieces a half a mile long. Where are your fox pieces, Stella? Bushy Snow White ones, no less. Where are your white fox pieces?
These are inexpensive summer furs Blanche has had a long time.
I have an acquaintance who deals in this sort of merchandise. I'll have him in here to make an appraisal on it.
Don't be such an idiot, Stanley.
I'm willing to bet you there's $1,000 invested in this stuff here. And what have we here? The treasure chest of a pirate. Pearls, ropes of them. What is this sister of yours, a deep-sea diver?
Stanley?
Bracelets of solid gold. Where were your pearls and
still.
gold bracelets? And what is this? Diamonds. A crown for an empress.
A rhinestone tiara she wore to a costume ball.
What's rhinestone?
Next door to Glass.
Are you kidding? I have an acquaintance who works in a jewelry store. I'll have him in here to make an appraisal of this. Here's your plantation, or what's left of it. Here.
You have no idea how stupid and hard you're being. Leave this trunk alone before she comes out of the bathroom.
The Kowalskis and the Dubois have different notions.
Indeed they have. Thank heavens. I'm going outside. You come on with me while Blanche is getting dressed.
Since when do you give me orders?
Are you going to stay in here and insult her?
You're damn tootin'. I'm going to stay right here.
Hello, Stanley. Here I am, all freshly bathed and scented and feeling like a brand new human being.
That's good.
Excuse me while I slip on my pretty new dress.
Sure, go right ahead, Blanche.
Thank you. I understand there's to be a little card party tonight, to which we ladies are cordially not invited.
That's right.
Where's Stella?
Out on the porch.
I'm going to ask a favor of you in a moment.
What could that be, I wonder?
Some buttons in back. You may enter. Well, how do I look?
You look okay.
Many thanks. And now the buttons.
I can't do nothing with that.
You men with your big clumsy fingers. May I have a drag on your cig?
Here. Have one for yourself.
Thank you. It looks like my trunk has exploded.
Me and Stella were helping you unpack.
You certainly did a fast and thorough job of it.
Looks like you raided some stylish shops in Paris.
Yes, those are my passion.
What does it cost for a string of fur pieces like that?
Why, these were a tribute from an admirer of mine.
You must have had a lot of admiration.
In my youth, I excited some admiration.
But look at me now. Would you think it possible I was once considered to be attractive?
Your looks are okay.
I was fishing for a compliment, Stanley.
I don't go in for that sort of stuff.
What stuff?
Compliments to women on their looks. I never met a woman who didn't know if she was good looking or not without being told, and some of them give themselves credit for more than they got. I once went out with a dame who says to me, I am the glamorous type. I am the glamorous type. I said, so what?
And what did she say then?
She didn't say nothing. That shut her up like a clam.
Did it end the romance?
It ended the conversation, that was all. Some men are took in by this Hollywood glamour stuff, and some are not.
I'm sure you belong in the second category.
That's right.
I cannot imagine any witch of a woman casting a spell over you.
That's right.
You're simple, straightforward, and honest. A little bit on the primitive side, I should think. To interest you, a woman would have to,
Lay her cards on the table.
Well, I never cared for wishy-washy people. That was why when you walked in here last night, I thought to myself, my sister has married a man. Of course, that was all I could tell about you at the moment.
All right, let's cut the beep out.
Stanley, you come out here and let Blanche finish dressing.
Oh, I'm finished dressing, honey.
Will you come out then?
Your sister and I are having a little talk.
Honey, do me a favor. Run to the drugstore and get me a lemon Coke with plenty of chipped ice in it. Will you do that for me, sweetie? Please, please. The poor little thing was out there listening to us, and I have an idea she doesn't understand you as well as I do. All right, Mr. Kowalski. Let us proceed without any more digression. I'm ready to answer all questions. I have nothing to hide.
In the state of Louisiana, there is such a thing as the Napoleonic Code, according to which what belongs to the wife belongs to the husband also, and vice versa.
Ma, but you have an impressive judicial air.
You know, if I didn't know you was my wife's sister, I'd get ideas about you.
Such as what?
Don't play dumb, you know what.
All right. Cards on the table. That suits me. I know I fib a good deal. After all, a woman's charm is 50% illusion. When a thing is important, I tell the truth. And this is the truth. I haven't cheated my sister or you or anyone else as long as I've lived.
Then where's the papers, in the trunk?
Everything I own is in that trunk. What in the name of heaven are you thinking of? What is going on in the back of that little boy's mind of yours? Here, let me do it. It'll be faster and simpler. I keep my papers mostly in this tin box.
What's them underneath?
Love letters. Yellowing with antiquity. All from one boy. Give those back to me.
I'll have a look at them first.
The touch of your hand insults them.
Don't pull that
Now that you've touched them, I'll burn them. Oh.
What are they?
Poems. A dead boy wrote. I hurt him the way you would like to hurt me, but you can't. I'm not young and vulnerable anymore, but my young husband was, and I... Never mind that. Just give it back.
What do you mean by saying you'll have to burn them?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have lost my head for a moment. Everybody has something they won't let others touch because of their intimate nature. Oh. Ambler and Ambler.
What is Ambler and Ambler?
Firm that made loans on the place.
But it was lost on a mortgage.
That must have been what happened.
I don't want no ifs, ands, or buts. What's all the rest of them papers?
Thousands of papers stretching back over hundreds of years affecting Belle Reeve. As piece by piece, our improvident grandfathers and father and uncles and brothers exchanged the land for their epic fornications. To put it plainly, the four-letter word deprived us of our plantation, until finally all that was left, and Stella can verify that, was the house itself and about 20 acres of ground, including a graveyard to which now all but Stella and I have retreated. Here. Here they all are. All papers. Take them. Peruse them. Commit them to memory, even. I think it wonderfully fitting that Belle Reeve should finally be this bunch of old papers in your big, capable hands. I wonder if Stella's come back with my lemon Coke.
I have a lawyer acquaintance who will study these out.
Present them to him with a box of aspirin tablets.
You see, under the Napoleonic Code, a man's got to take an interest in his wife's affairs, especially now that she's going to have a baby.
Stella, going to have a baby?
didn't know she was going to have a baby. Oh, Stella. Stella for Star. Oh. How lovely to have a baby. It's all right now. Everything's all right. Oh.
I'm sorry I did that to you.
I guess he's just not the type that goes in for jasmine perfume. But maybe he's what we need to mix with our blood now that we've lost Belle Reeve. We thrashed it out. I feel a bit shaky, but I think I handled it nicely. I laughed and treated it all as a joke. I called him a little boy and laughed and flirted. Yes, I was flirting with your husband.
Hi, Stella.
The guests are gathering for the poker party. Which way do we go now, Stella? This way?
No, this way.
The blind are leading the blind.
Red hot. Get it red hot.
No.
All right, man.
It's still going on.
Oh, how do I look?
Lovely, Blanche.
Wait till I powder. I feel so hot and frazzled. Do I look all done in?
You look fresh as a daisy.
One that's been picked a few days.
This game is 7-card strategy.
Well. I see you boys are still at it.
Where you been?
Blanche and I took in a show. Blanche, this is Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Hubble.
Please don't get up.
No one's going to get up, so don't be worried.
How much longer is this game going to continue?
Till we get ready to quit.
Poker is so fascinating. Could I kibitz?
You could not.
Excuse me.
Why don't you women go upstairs and sit with Eunice?
Because it's nearly 2:30. Couldn't you call it quits after one more hand?
Stanley!
It's not fun, Stanley. He's so mad when he does that in front of people.
I think I'll bathe.
Again?
My nerves are knots. Is the bathroom occupied?
I don't know.
Oh. Good evening.
Hello.
Blanche, this is Harold Mitchell.